Right, let me just go over a couple of things that are accessible via the Perrins uh, Controlled Assessment Help SkyDrive, which I've set up for you to use. Okay, let's have a quick look here. So if I type in tinyurl.com and just go down there, you can see that it comes up with tinyurl.com/ca help student. That's the one I want. So if I go into there, you'll notice that I've got French specific and Spanish specific. I've also got controlled assessment booklets. So let's have a quick look in there first. If I go quickly into there, you'll notice that both the French and Spanish controlled assessment booklets, which have got lots of help that you can use, are sitting in there as we speak. Right, if I just quickly go back then and go into the Spanish specific. And once this is open, I will go into school year 10. As I've been planning things, first of all, the presentation itself is down here. So the one that I've been working on in class with you is here, Unit 3 School. So you can open that up, and as I said to you before, as I save it, it gets saved. You can look at that as I go along, and each time I come across. Each time I go over a new kind of subtopic, I create another folder in here and put it in. So the one that I've created for this week's lessons, for example, but all of this is relatively generic, so you can kind of apply it to most things that you do. If I click into problems, now currently there's nothing in there because it's still waiting to be updated. Seems to take a little bit longer than it used to nowadays. If I take it back just a step, actually before I do that, let's have a quick look in here. There's a model text. I've used some model text in class. Each of those are sitting in there. There's text 1 and text 2, and the phrases to find. That was an activity that I set you a couple of weeks ago. Of course, those phrases to find in those texts and the texts themselves will help you when you're doing your controlled assessment preparation. If I go back a step, so if I go into here, which is the Spanish specific folder, you'll see that I've put in some vocab sheets. If you click into the vocab sheets section, you'll notice that I have put in all of these vocab sheets in here for you. Some of them are going to be quite relevant to what you're studying at the moment, particularly this one down here that you can see. It says school vocabulary. If I click onto that, you'll notice that hopefully in not too long a time you'll see that this Linguoscope sheet will open up before your very eyes, and there's lots of vocab here that you can use. You can download it as well. You can print it from there, so you can print it off and use it if you like. If I just quickly close that one down now and just go back to the top, you'll also see that there's one that says Mira. If I open this folder up, I get units 1 through to 9. There are 9 units in the Mira book. The one that we're studying at the moment is Unit 3. So if I open up Unit 3, this is a copy of what's found at the end of the unit in the book, but it's also a PDF file. So if you download it, it downloads as a PDF. You can save it, you can print it as you would anything else. So if I just quickly go down here and go across, you can see that this el acoso escolar, school bullying, is what I've been covering, or what I'm going to cover tomorrow. But obviously this is something which I'm recording on the day before we go back to school in February, just after the half term. But but this stuff's going to exist forever, or for as long as we use these books. So we've got this vocab sheet here. If I quickly go into the presentation that I'm going to use with you tomorrow, you can see that this is in there. That says el acoso escolar, and all that is a snip from here. So this is the vocab sheet. This is going to be a really, really useful tool for you to use while you're doing your controlled assessment prep. So remember to look back into the SkyDrive, or it's now actually called a OneDrive. Look back into the OneDrive. All you need to know is to type in tinyurl.com, and if you've used it before, you'll notice that CA Help Student comes up. Click into that, and then you're presented with all of this information there, and this is what you need to use.